welcome to another assembly on the telly, whether you're at home or at school.
Yes, so this morning we are going to greet each other in a special way with a special secret handshake, okay? And I'm going to show you how it goes. It goes a little bit like this. Right, Rachel, you're going to do it with me, okay? You ready?
Yes.
So it starts off, air high five, like that, and then down low, like that, then to the side, very good, and then you nod your head.
Nod your head.
2-finger salute, okay, like this, and then... So we'll do it really quickly one more time so you can see. Okay, so
faster.
High five, down low, to the side, nod your head, 2-finger salute. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay, you ready?
Are you ready?
So we're going to do secret handshake. This is a thing now. Okay, you ready? High five, down low, to the side, nod your head, 2-finger salute.
Yeah!
Awesome, well done.
Great.
Nice work. I think now we are
ready.
ready for our assembly on the telly.
Well, here we are back again for our second week of our new series of assemblies on the telly. And we are, of course, exploring the theme of friendship and particularly getting to know our friends.
Yes, so particularly this week we are thinking about getting to know each other. And getting to know each other is an important part of being a friend to one another.
Yeah.
If we spend more time with people, if we talk to them, we naturally get to learn more about them, don't we?
Definitely.
But as well as getting to know them, if we pay attention, we might start to learn a little more about ourselves as well.
Yes, and specifically what is important to us in a friend. There can be lots of things we like in a friend. Maybe that they're funny, maybe not too loud, maybe that they like the same stuff as us. They're exactly the right amount of loud. They're fun, they're energetic, so many different reasons. And now, maybe you have a think of the friend that you have and why you like being their friend.
Yeah. And there are all sorts of
So many
reasons we can
Definitely.
people can be a good friend to us. But if we're not careful, there are some things that can start to put us off being friends with someone.
Oh, no.
We might start not wanting to be friends with someone because they're not into the same things that we are, or because they're not funny enough.
Now, we're not saying we should be friends with everyone, but I think you'd be surprised how good a friend you can make with someone if you take a bit more time to get to know them rather than being put off right at the start.
Yes, in fact, there is a great story in the Bible about a guy who no one wanted to be friends with. His name was Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus.
And he was a tax collector. Now, people didn't really like tax collectors because they were in charge of taking your money and giving it to the Romans.
How rude.
It wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't very good at all, yes. And not only that, but Zacchaeus used to take more money from people than he needed to, and then he'd keep some for himself. How rude. Not really a nice guy at all. And on the face of it, you'd be right. But Jesus knew him a little bit better than that.
Yes, because Jesus, at this point, was coming into town where Zacchaeus lives. And Zacchaeus wanted to see this really famous man that he'd heard all about. But he, unfortunately, wasn't a very tall man. And because everyone in town had turned up with the same idea, he, knew he probably wasn't going to be able to get to see this Jesus guy with everyone there.
Yes, so he came up with a plan. He'd climb up a nearby tree so that he could hide from the folks around him and still be able to see Jesus. And so, from this tree, he watches for Jesus as he walks through the town. Closer and closer and closer until basically Jesus came to the spot exactly where Zacchaeus was in the tree. And to Zacchaeus' surprise, Jesus called out to him, asking if he could go and spend some time with him and have a meal.
Yeah. Now, some folks weren't exactly best pleased with this, but Zacchaeus was super chuffed. Yeah. He took Jesus to have a meal at his house, and after that meal, he promised to give back all of the money that he had taken from people that he kept for himself, and then some, and give it all back to the people. You see, Jesus saw that Zacchaeus was a good man, and just giving Zacchaeus the time to get to know him, that was it. That was enough to change his life and for him to change his ways for the better.
So Jesus saw Zacchaeus for who he was. And sometimes when we have people around us, there may be many things about them that makes us not want to take the time to get to know them better. But if there's one thing that we can learn from this story, it's that it's always worth trying to take a bit of time to get to know someone. And, well, you may be surprised who can end up being your closest friends after all.
Yes, indeed. Great. So, and speaking of getting to know each other a little better, I've got a little bit of an activity for us to try, and then for you guys to try at home as well. Okay. So, this is a game called 2 Lies and a Truth.
Oh, great.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so you can do this in pairs and groups. And what you need to do is just think of one thing that is true about you that you think is a little bit unbelievable, that people might not believe is true. Okay, and then you need to think of 2 things that are lies, that are completely made up, that you think might sound like something that's a little bit believable. Okay, and then you can write those things down if it helps you, and then you need to tell the people in your group or your partner, and you have to get them to guess which one they think is the truth. And pick out which one's the truth one and get them to know a little bit better who you are. Okay, so we're going to have a go at that now. So see if you can guess ours first before you have a go at home.
Okay, so I'm going to go first. You guys can guess, and Josh, you can guess.
I know.
So I'm going to say one thing that is true and 2 things that are a lie. You have to work out what the truth is. So I have A, I dyed my hair black. B, I've dyed my hair orange. And C, I've dyed my hair grey. When I was a teenager, I did dye my hair a lot.
I was going to say, definitely you've dyed your hair. So
yeah, for sure.
I think that one of those is probably okay.
So have a think at home if it's A, B or C. So black is A, orange is B, and C is grey. Josh, what do you think is the truth?
I think I know the answer to this one. I think.
Okay.
Because I think you've told me about this.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But I think you would have. I'm sure. Okay. Yeah. So I think it's B. I think you've dyed your hair orange. That is the truth.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Have your final decisions? Just shout at the TV. A, B, or C. And then drum roll, please.
Okay. Have your answers now because we're about to reveal
The
it. What
truth is A.
You've dyed your hair orange. I'm sure you told me about it.
I dyed my hair red. Not orange. That's why I picked that one. But no, I dyed my hair black by accident. I was trying to go brown, and on my hair, it turned out black.
Okay. Well, very good. You dyed your hair red as opposed to orange.
Yes. I thought it'd be a bit of a trick one.
Well, no, you got me there. You got me good. Well done. Okay, so
You'll go.
just to warn you as well, we know each other pretty well, although I apparently don't know each other that well.
What colours I dyed my hair?
Okay, so here's mine. Remember, one of these is the truth, and 2 of them are lies, so you have to try and work out which one is which. So, I once got to sit in the cockpit of a plane with the pilot en route to America. That's A. Or it could be B. I once got to meet Pudsey Bear at a hospital when I had a shelf fall on me. So that's B. Or C. I once got a fish hook stuck in my arm that flew out of the water whilst I was on a speedboat. Yeah.
And so what you want is the lie.
So which one is the truth? There's
which
2 lies and 1 truth. Okay,
Say
so
them again.
which one? So I once got to sit in the cockpit of a plane with the pilot en route to America. So A, I got to sit in a cockpit with the pilot. B, I got to meet Pudsey Bear at hospital when a shelf had fallen on me. For those of you who don't know who Pudsey Bear is, he's the Children in Need bear.
The yellow one.
I don't know if you know who that is, but yeah. And C, I once got a fish hook stuck in my arm that just flew out of the water whilst I was on a speedboat.
Right. So you guys have a think at home. Now, I know a shelf fell on you. I just don't know whether you saw Pudsey Bear in the hospital. And I know you've been to America, but I don't know if you sat in the cockpit. And then I really don't think So you want the truth.
Yeah,
right?
so which one is true?
A, B, or C?
Have a think at home as well. Do you think it's A, B, or C? Do you think it's the cockpit? Do you think it's meeting Pudsey Bear or getting a fishhook in my arm?
Okay, you guys may have made a decision. This is very hard for me.
Okay, go on.
I'm going to go with B. I don't think you met... Oh, I do think you met...
You think I met Pudsey Bear at hospital?
Because I knew you had a shell full on your face.
Okay, right. I did. When I was very little, I did.
Was little.
Okay, so drum roll. The answer is in fact C. I got a fish hook stuck in my arm out of a speedboat. Yeah. So
Was that in America as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
I went to America on the plane, and we didn't get to sit in the cockpit, but we did get a little badge.
Yes, I remember something.
I did get a shelf fall on me, and there was a wheelchair with Pudsey Bear on it that I wanted to ride in, but I did not get to meet Pudsey Bear.
Okay,
But
okay.
when I was in America, I was on a speedboat, and I don't know how it happened, but obviously people had been fishing, and like someone had, like, it just, the chance of it, crazy, just flew out, and it was just in my top and a little bit in my skin.
Oh!
And we had to try and, because it wouldn't come out of my top, because obviously they're barbed and things like that. So it was, it was kind of crazy.
Sure.
There
So
you
that
go.
was our example of two truths and
Two
two
lies
and a
and a
truth.
truth.
So have
So-
a go.
Yeah, have a go at home, see if you can hoodwink your people around you. We did pretty well, actually.
think
We both
so. We
managed to
both got it wrong, yeah.
get it, yeah. So, thank you again for joining us for another assembly on the telly, and we hope you have a really good week, and we'll see you again next week for the next week of assemblies on the telly. Bye.